Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone, in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and I just multiple times double-checked OBS, and I want to double-check OBS again. Also, in the last video, I kind of cut off the audio a little bit when I accidentally knocked a cord loose when I went to go pee. Same way I kind of on one of those little VTuber videos, 18 minutes in, I lost audio just because, again, I guess I was talking a bit too loud and moving around too much, and so unfortunately you don't get to hear anything I say the rest of that video. But well, usually start off in the faculty room. Since afternoon classes are still in session, the faculty room looks emptier than usual. Mr. Kanoe, who's sitting in the back of the room, notices my arrival. Ah, you're here, Yashiki. His voice sounds weak, and for some reason his complexion doesn't look so good. I assume you've probably been having bad dreams, man. Are you alright? I assume you are inquiring about my physical condition. No, I am not well. I've been feeling lethargic and sluggish all morning. Perhaps it's the ravages of stress taking a toll on my body. But that's enough about me. I hear you received a notice yesterday. How did the investigation go? I give him a detailed report about Mr. Kokuri's case from beginning to end. The sour expression on his face as he listens to me recounting the events of last night tells me all I need to know. Goodness gracious. First Azumi, then Horikoshi, now Kakuta. 3 students have gone missing under my watch, and yet again you failed to protect the targeted student. Why are you apologizing to me? The students and their parents are the ones you should be apologizing to. Mr. Kanoe, you can fire me if you like, but how would you stop the departed then? Mr. Kanoe falls silent at my words. You're right. No matter how many valid complaints I have, it doesn't change the fact that you're the only hope I have of rectifying this situation. I let out an overly exaggerated sigh. I understand the situation he's in. Plus, what else can I do other than threaten him to stop bothering me? However, one more victim and you'll be dismissed. Sakamoto has backed me into a corner. She's suspicious of you, especially in regards to Doryu and Kinukawa. But she's misunderstanding the situation. Your last chance, understood? Yeah. Good. That's all from me then. Don't let me down, Yashiki. I leave the faculty room feeling Mr. Kanoe still staring daggers into my back. Honestly, I couldn't care less if Mr. Kanoe and Sakamoto suspect me. But if I get kicked off campus, I won't be able to investigate. And I know I'm the only one who can pursue the departed and bring this to an end. I can't afford to make any more mistakes. I feel like Mr. Kanoe is only saying this from a perspective of not having been here for like a week or something. I'm pretty sure he's here one single night, and he's going to be understandable about things. A chime sounds over the speakers. Looks like class is over already. What do I do now? I really want to start doing some investigating, but I have no idea where to start. The departed, who is still hiding at Konohara Academy, is playing their cards well. There don't seem to be any clues left. If I have to pick one spot that still has some ties to them, the clock tower seems to be the prime spot. during summer vacation, Dorio and Michio saw the female doll in the red dress there. At that moment, their bodies were afflicted with a curse. If the departed was the one who caused it, then that tower is probably connected with them. There might be something in there. Maybe I can get some more info if I talk to her. Should I go visit her? Dorio was standing near the window when I entered the student council room. She noticed my presence right away and turns to me. Ah, so you're here today. I heard about Kakuta from Mihio. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Say, Dorio, there's something I want to ask you about the clock tower. That reminds me. I haven't told you about it yet. About what? I actually went to the clock tower during lunch break yesterday. What? You shouldn't be taking risks like that. It was during the day. Spirits don't show up during the day, so it's fine. I didn't go inside, though. The door wouldn't open. That's weird. Did someone lock it? That's unlikely. The key to the clock tower is missing. Nobody's able to enter the clock tower right now. But it was open that night. Was that the departed's doing? Probably. Looks like I can't investigate the clock tower just yet. About that clock tower. One time, the clock tower doll I saw made the school newspaper. I was skimming through the school's old newspapers this morning, hoping to get information about the departed, and then I found an article about a female doll. Mr. Knoe told me the school historical records were lost due to war damage, but for it to have been buried in the school newspaper archives. Aren't you squeamish when it comes to horror stories and likes? What made you do that? Oh, I just wanted to be of some help. Thank you for your help. No problem. Glad to be able to hear that from you. Can you tell me the details of that rumor? Yes. There was a rumor going around Konohara Academy. "60 years ago, the first headmaster built the clock tower to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. A stylish stone clock tower that stood tall in the remote countryside of Konohara. Many students were wondering what the inside of the tower was like. Overcome with curiosity, some eventually snuck into the tower. What they saw inside the tower was the first headmaster's collection. There were a lot of antique things, but the item that caught the attention of most people was a doll wearing a red wedding dress that lay on a stone altar. Rumors of the doll spread in no time, because everyone was interested in its origin. However, the first headmaster had already passed away by that time, so he was unable to answer those burning questions. With nobody to tell the truth, and wild speculation regarding the doll ran unchecked. The first headmaster, who had always been fond of antique goods, had bought that doll from a European family. It's a cursed doll that was modeled after young girls who became sacrifices. The first headmaster had a craftsman make the doll to enshrine the deities of Konohara. It's a doll made to calm the soul of a student who lost their fiancé and committed suicide. No definitive answer was ever found, because there wasn't anyone around who knew the truth. In the end, everyone forgot about the doll in the clock tower once the war broke out. And that was the rumor featured in the school's newspaper. It's truly an interesting story, but the rumor has so many variations regarding the origin of the doll. Which one is the truth, if any? Why not all? Right, let me confirm one thing. Are there any rumors about the doll moving? No, not at all. Oh, okay. There are people who have seen the female doll, but not when she's moving. Guess I'm the only one who's witnessed it. I've got to go soon. Thanks, Dorio. I hope that information could help you in some way. I have to head out as well. The teachers told us not to stay at school. Let me double check OBS. Bye. Okay, seems to be fine. I say goodbye to Doryu and leave the student council room. Rumors of the female doll. Rumors of the clock tower involve a doll in a red wedding dress that is placed on an altar inside. However, no one knows its origins. It's the same doll that shows up everywhere I go. I need to find out if the doll and the departed are related, in addition to a way to enter the clock tower itself. When I step into the library, I find a girl whose appearance clashes with the place. Sup? Kaku didn't come to school today. You know anything about it? Sorry, no idea. There's no way I can tell Maruhashi about Kakuto's death. What are you doing here? I'm just chilling here. I've got no place to go. Not after I learned how terrifying the corridor was. Then you should just go home. Didn't the teachers tell you not to hang out here after class? Who knows, maybe something weird will happen to you again. Stop acting like a teacher, and don't freak me out like that. I was about to go home anyway, my body just feels really heavy somehow. Are you gonna stay until night again? If you do, be careful, I have a bad feeling. I say goodbye to Maruhashi and leave the library. There's still some time left until the students have to go home. Let's go to the special building. Maybe there's someone there. When I enter the faculty room for a second time, I see Sakamoto inside. Still plaguing our school, are you, Mr. Yashiki? I asked Mr. Kanoe to do away with you, though. Oh, don't worry, he heard you. He told me they'll be dismissed if I make another mistake. That Kanoe is far too lenient. If an incident occurs, it'll be too late. We need to deal with this problem quickly. By problem, are you referring to my qualification as a teacher? That is certainly a problem, though I'm more worried about Doryu and Kinukawa. I don't know what kind of nonsense you've concocted in that skull of yours, but I assure you, there's nothing going on. I have no intentions of doing anything untoward with any students. And yet, an incident can still occur even without a teacher having any such intentions. Just like in Mr. Hirose's. Hirose, the art teacher Sakamoto told me about, when I was investigating Slipmouth Kashima. Both Kashima and Manabe had a crush on him, which spiraled into tragic consequences. I've warned Doryu and Kinukawa not to get too close to you. But seeing them defend you so fervently, the situation is getting dangerous. That's what my intuition as a woman is telling me. I'm waiting for you to see the ghost. Let me repeat it again. This is all just a big misunderstanding on your part. I've warned you, Mr. Yashiki. If you'll excuse me, then. What happened? Did you, stub your toe? Ouch. Sakamoto grimaces, pressing her fingers to her temple. You got a headache. Hey, you alright? Leave me be. I've been having terrible headaches since this morning. This is all your fault. Did you pass out? Nope, she's leaving. Okay. Mumbling. Huh. Invectives. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. I've heard expletives, but I actually don't know what that word means. What is an invective? I have never heard that before. Invective is the literary device in which one attacks or insults a person or the thing through the use of abusive language and tone. The primary object of invective was to persuade the audience that one's accusations are true. Plausibility was thus more important than veracity. It's the meaning of the word invective. Invective is rude, unpleasant things that people shout at people they hate or are angry with. A woman had hurled racist invective at the family. Crowley maintained a stream of invective and abuse against Waite. Synonyms: abuse, censure, tirade, reproach. What are the characteristics of invective? Invective is similar to verbal abuse, but in addition to being a more formal term than abuse, invective tends to suggest not only anger and vehemence, but also rhetorical skill. It sometimes also implies public denunciation and bliss. So basically, you're being verbally abusive to me, but you're being fancy about it and skillful. It's like, I'm going to be abusive to you, but I'm doing it in a formal way that's all fancy, and I'm using higher levels of intelligence to insult you. Okay. Double check OBS real quick. Yep, all good. Sakamoto hurriedly stumbles out of the faculty room. Jeez. A big sigh escapes my lips. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to investigate the departed. Sometimes the only way I can make progress is by getting the students' cooperations. I shouldn't refrain from asking them. I think the only people we have left that we have not seen from the first game is the news reporter and the old guy. I still wonder, is the old guy related to Conaway? Maybe it's Conaway's dad. I don't know. Or his brother. One of his brothers. Because he has a brother that's like in charge of a hospital. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. It's finally time for students to leave school. I head back to the infirmary and try to come up with some kind of strategy for tonight. Hi, Abe. Welcome back, Mr. Yashiki. I assume that one woman was your mentor and she talked to you about me, probably. I don't know. What are you doing here, Abe? School ended a while ago. You better go home now. Goodness, that is too much. I'm not asking for grand gesticulations of friendship, but it wouldn't hurt you to be a tad bit kinder, you know? After all, I have come all this way here to provide you with information regarding the departed. Come again? With the lack of a notice and no new pertinent information, I'm pretty desperate. Let's give him a listen for now. I'm listening, tell me more. Before we get to the meat of the report, there's something I'd like to tell you. This will be my final act of assistance. I shall cease pursuing the departed after this. Oh, really? What's with the sudden decision? I saw something with my left eye. I witnessed my own tragic end, assaulted by a terrifying demon with numerous legs. The demon with numerous legs, I assume that must be referring to some kind of bug. If you want to deride me for my cowardice, feel free to do so. But I won't die if I abandon my pursuit now. My master has also warned me to do so. I'm not going to laugh at you. You've made a wise decision. However, it seems like you have not been afforded the same option. You cannot run from the departed any longer. So this is my parting gift to you, as you take another step closer to death. It's a Reese's bar. Reese's Cups. The Departed, a name we learned through the notices. However, that sinister name has existed since long before we heard of it. 100 years ago, before Konohara Academy was even... So we, built this on, haunted burial grounds? Before Konohara Academy was even founded, a dark incident occurred on these lands. There was a small village called M Town near Konohara. At some point, the residents of M Town succumbed to an unknown disease, one by one. In the end, the village was destroyed, and the incident was forgotten. But one of the residents said this before they died. This is the Departed's wrath. This is the most valuable information I have ever found. That's some interesting information. Where did you learn it? From the former headmaster. He liked to study the school's history during his spare time. When the first notice arrived, I went to him and asked him if he knew something. So he told you about the Departed's wrath? Yes. It sounded like a mere ghost story to him, more than anything. He was a realist. He didn't believe in the Departed. If I remember correctly, the headmaster died of a heart attack, didn't he? Yes. If he were still alive, you might have learned more valuable information from him. Right after the Departed's notice first arrived, the only person who knew about their past died. Another convenient coincidence. Well, I shall be going home soon. To tell you the truth, I have been feeling under the weather. Perhaps I'm possessed. Everyone seems to be feeling like shit lately. Is it allergy season? Now that I think about it, I've heard similar complaints from a lot of people today. It could just be an outbreak of some disease. But the events of last night suddenly crossed my mind. What if the Departed's transformation now gives them the power to not only affect the school, but humans as well? Well, I would consider it like a gravity chamber sort of thing, or basically the Departed's got so much extra ki now that it's, kind of too much for people to handle. Think like Byakuya in Bleach, how no one could move when that captain showed up. Just too much energy. Or am I overthinking things? Mr. Yashiki, the gruesome death I saw with my left eye also applies to you. What awaits you is an inevitable catastrophe. I hate to see the great spirit doctor lose his life this way. After despondently speaking those words, Abe leaves the room. I guess I'll take that as a sign that he's really worried about me. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Abe. Should I have kept the gun? The sun sets and darkness falls in Konohara Academy. How many times have I greeted the night here? Why is the phone ringing now? Hello? Ah, it's me, Michio Kinukawa. Thank goodness you're still at the school. What's wrong? Just wanted to ask you if you made any progress with your investigation. I'm curious. I'm in front of the school now. Mind coming out? I don't mind, but we could just talk over the phone. Oh, geez. It's fine, isn't it? I'll be waiting then. Sakamoto just gave me that warning today. Oh well, I have no choice since I made a promise. Should I head to the main gate now? There's no one here. Well, this is concerning. The lights in the hallway are glowing red. Given the lack of commotion right now, I'm guessing nobody's noticed. Oh well, it's pretty hard to miss, so someone's going to notice it sooner or later. Take a look at the red lights. Oonce, 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 oonce. Michio's waiting in front of the main gate. The moment she sees me, she rushes over like a puppy. She rushes over like a puppy. Why am I not saying the letter S correctly? Good evening, Mr. Yashiki. You look tired today. Not surprised, though. How are you feeling? Same old, a bit tired since I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. Never mind, how's your investigation go? Did you learn any new facts? Not a lot, but... I tell her about the story of the Departed's Wrath that I heard from Abe. Wrath of the Departed? That sounds like something from a fantasy novel. Did the previous headmaster tell you anything? Nope, I wasn't particularly close to it. I'm student council vice president, but I usually just have Hime deal with the teachers. Oh, okay. There's something that's caught my attention. I remember M-Town coming up in one of the cases somehow. Now that you mention it, the name does sound somewhat familiar. In which case did M-Town show up? I recall what happened when we were investing in Slip on Kashima. Yeah, I feel like I saw that name during the Slip on Kashima investing. Where did I see that name in town? Bus route? Try to remember what was written on the bus route map I saw. Bingo! One of the bus stops I saw that time was M-Town Shop. I immediately let Michio know about it. Oh, you're right. You sure have a good memory. If the owner is a descendant of an M-Town resident, they might have some documents from the past. I'll try going to the M-Town shop. Sure, let's go there together. Wait a minute. You're coming with me? Of course I am. But don't you have a curfew? No need to worry, Hime can handle it. The door manager trusts her, you know? That's not the issue, though. I don't want to leave you alone. Carrying these burdens all by yourself just seems really tough. Tough, huh? I guess it is. Mr. Konoe's ultimatum, Sakamoto's hostility, Abe's prediction of death, the Departed constantly targeting me, the students I couldn't protect, Daimon unconscious in a hospital bed. My heart is screaming from all the weight it's bearing, but I've chosen to close my ears and ignore it. I know I can't help carry all that heavy baggage, but I can at least help you relax a bit. I'm begging you. I'm not asking for too much. Her kindness tastes as sweet as honey to my exhausted mind, except there's a chance she might be the Departed. Michio and I climb into the car I parked near the school. M-Town shop isn't too far from here. I park my car nearby and walk toward the bus stop in front of M-Town's shop. Ick, the shop is so creepy. The building is run down and there's no sign of life inside it. Doesn't look like anyone actually lives here. Well, we'll find out for sure once we check it out. Since we took the trouble to come all the way here, let's make sure we check everything thoroughly.
Yoshi.
A crooked guardrail and a slanted pole. Looking at the brake marks in the road, it seems like there was a car accident here. Safe driving is important. You should take that to heart, Mr. Yashiki.
Yoshi.
There's an old mailbox hanging on the wooden wall. When I peer inside, I find a postcard. I wonder what it's a postcard of. Let's check it out. It's for our investigation. Why are you being so casual about everything? I think she's trying to lighten the mood by not being all scared all the time. So, I mean, I've done that myself. I mean, there's times I've been around other people and it's been a, well, less than pleasant circumstance where main point, I tried to cheer people up. Without responding and before I could tell her to stop, Michio's already got her hand on the mailbox lid. Huh? It's not opening. Is it locked? I don't see any keyhole, though.
Mm-hmm.
Lid's locked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a faded paper with the word morning on it, passed on the glass door. Isn't this a morning notice? I think they hang it on a house when they're supposed to remove it after 49 days. You sure know a lot of strange things, huh? When my grandma died, one of the relatives told me about it. But does that mean someone here passed away sometime in the past 7 weeks? I suppose it would imply that. Well, so it'd be probably roughly the same time as the second game. I wonder if we'll see any characters from the second game. I still expect to see the remaining characters from the first game, but I don't know if any of the characters in the second game will show up at all. The other side of this dusty glass door is pitch black, preventing us from seeing inside the store from this vantage point. Okay. Well, what's going on here? I hear an eerie male voice coming from inside the shop. A vending machine with bottled water inside, a rare sight these days. Judging by the lack of any light and the fact that it's not making these sort of mechanical sounds, it seems like it's no longer in use. This vending machine is kind of rare, isn't it? It's got bottles of water. Is it out of order? Geez, what a shame. I wanted to buy one for nostalgia. The other side of this dust. I can't stop thinking about the voice I heard just now. I wonder who's inside. Inspect. There's no bell anywhere around the store. We'll just have to knock on the door and then see if anyone's inside. There's no response. Maybe they're asleep. Let's try it again. Still no response. Let's give it one last try. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, you're complaining about a migraine. A scene suddenly flashes before my eyes, which means Doryu, Sakamoto, and Konoe should all be related to it. Maybe the disease that actually killed people like 100 plus years ago was something that caused horrible migraines. And that scene is... of an elderly man lying on the ground of an old store. His head is deformed and swelling to the point of becoming gelatinous. Swarms of centipedes continue to issue forth from his eyes. Bugs, bugs, bugs. This is the Departed's wrath. The moment he stops speaking, his body also stops twitching. All that moves in the dark now are the bugs. I wonder what caused this to happen. I can no longer hear any response coming from his gaping mouth. Gaping or gasping? Gaping. There is one thing that I'm dead certain about. He said that this was the Departed's wrath. What's wrong? I saw what happened. The owner of the shop, he was probably killed by the Departed's wrath. I described the vision I just saw to Mihijo. So the person that was being mourned was the old man you saw then. I guess so, yeah. But they had the mourning notice up, which means they had a funeral, and that means his corpse must have been found. That's odd because the other victims' corpses disappeared. How could that be? Didn't Kakeru's corpse also remain too, though? Maybe there are times when they don't need to get rid of the corpse or something. I don't understand. This is just a guess, but... Well, here's the thing. Both Kashima and Hanako didn't have anything organic on them, whereas the mushrooms on Kakadu was organic, and bugs are organic. So maybe, maybe you can't disappear a supernaturally killed person if there's organic living things attached to them. The Departed wants to continue this whole little notice game. If there's actually a dead body found at the school, the police will come. There's a chance that the school will be closed, and there won't be any students, so maybe they only discard the corpses at school. But Manabe's body also disappeared, and she didn't die at the school, but it was at the hospital, and that would have gotten a lot of police attention. That one was probably because of you, though. With that corpse in the hospital, the cops probably would have arrested you, and that also not something the Departed wants. That actually makes sense, since I'm supposed to be their husband. And this ends my sloppy deduction. Thank you for listening. Although she doesn't think too highly of her reasoning, I have to admit that it does make sense. This corpse was found outside the school and had no ties to me. Therefore, it remained. Maybe it takes a certain amount of magic points to we're treating it like a Final Fantasy health bar. Why was he cursed though? I'm not so sure, but maybe it's because he was a descendant of an M-Town resident. M-Town was destroyed by the Departed's wrath. While we don't know exactly what happened there, the raft still remains, and it killed the old man. But why did it take all the way until now? What was that sound? I think it's the mailbox opening. It came from the mailbox. There's an old mailbox hanging on the wooden wall. When I peer inside, I find a postcard. It doesn't look any different. Maybe I was just hearing things. Just to be sure, I try to open the lid one more time. Unlike last time, it opens easily. How is this possible? Did something just happen to get caught, so the mailbox refused to open? Or was there a trigger or something? Oh well, not like I'm going to get an answer. Time to see what was locked away. I collect the postcard. It's addressed to M-Town's shop, though I have no idea who the sender is. Oh, the sender is the previous headmaster? I flip the card over and find some words of gratitude written on it. This is obviously some kind of thank you letter from the previous headmaster. Reading the letter more thoroughly, the shop owner apparently donated an old book about M-Town's rituals to the school. An old book about M-Town, huh? Interesting. It should be in the Konohara Academy now. Probably in the library, although if they considered it to be a valuable item, they might put it away somewhere else for safekeeping. We came this far, and that's where the trail leads. So why don't we try looking for it? Let's go back to Konohara Academy. I leave the M-Town shop and get into the car I parked nearby. The trip back to Konohara Academy should only take about 5 minutes if we don't get caught in traffic. Throughout the ride, Michio only stares blankly at the scenery outside. She was in such high spirits earlier. I wonder what's wrong. Say, Mr. Yashiki, do you have a moment? Michio calls out to me in a low, subdued voice, as if she were waiting for the right moment to spring something on me. By the way, am I driving like a... Right, it's a van. I need your opinion on something. It's related to The Departed. Mind if I talk about it? Sure, go ahead. It's about The Departed's notices. Do you remember how many notices we've gotten? Well, we had 3. There were 3 from Hanako. There was... So there's 3 from Hako. Okay, and then we had... What was the one girl at the cashmere place? What was the person called? Because we had Ribbon, Pianist, Model, then we had the hairdresser person, or the, I don't know. But I think it was only, I don't think we ever got a note. I think we only had one notice that's 4. And then I had a notice about Doryu and good thing I'm not driving while doing this, damn. About Doryu Michio, so that's 5. Then there's Karu Koko, so that's 6. So I believe we've had 6? Correct, way to go. I try to recall the 6 notices. The first targeting was Ribbon, a Kyoko Takai. The second one was Pianist, Toshiko Izumi. The third one was Naomi Horikoshi, the model. And the fourth was Megumi Monotony, gold price. Fifth was Doryu Michio, student council. And finally the hooligan, Shinichi Kabutops. What about the notices? I want to know what the purpose for issuing these notices. The departed isn't a spirit who goes around committing horrible acts for fun. They issue these notices with a goal in mind. Ever since the model notice, they've been releasing those notices to test you, their husband. But what about the first 2? Well, now you've got me all curious about it too. Do you have any ideas? Well, yeah, sort of. If they issued the latter notices as a trial for their husband, I'm guessing that also applied to the first 2, where they considered Mr. Kanoa, Mr. Canoe. So are you saying there was already a marriage candidate even before I arrived at the school? Yep. If I'm right, who do you think it was? The potential husband before me was. I would think Kanoe. Definitely not you. Huh? Why do you think that? He wasn't at the school in the first... Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. Damn it. Izumi! What? My next guess would have been Abe. Why Izumi? Why would it... Izumi was different from the other victims. Before he was murdered, he said the departed was calling me. I actually heard his last words. It seems like he knew the departed's true identity. I don't know how you knew that, though, right? Unless I told you that myself. Seems like he knew the departed's true identity. Seriously? Who is it? Well, he didn't actually say. But if he really did learn the departed's true identity, he probably was being put on trial. So the first notice really was issued to test Izumi, huh? I guess he was deemed unfit since he abandoned Takai and ran away. Maybe that's why he became the second target. I showed up at Konohara Academy at that time. I don't know what they saw in me, but they chose me as their next potential husband. And you didn't run away, and actually accepted the challenge. You tried to save those spirits' souls. That cool side of yours must have fit with their image of an ideal husband. And that concludes Michio Kinukawa's deduction. Man, I sure have a good imagination, right? Maybe I could be a novelist or something. On the one hand, I appreciate you giving this thought. On the other hand, this is kind of red flag. To be honest, I'm blown away by the story that Michio's concocted for me. As if the Departed himself is telling me their plans. I would have never thought that you could piece together their train of thought so well. I'm surprised. I'm trying to look closely at their facial expressions. And I'll say this, usually trying to cheer people up is either something you do to help people in very dire situations, which this is, or it's also something you do to try to cheer up someone who's a close friend, or say you're in a relationship. And it doesn't matter like what gender or orientation you are, you're going to be trying to be the sunshine to make that person's life a little bit better. So that if there's storm clouds beating the fucking shit out of them, you're trying to make, them see the good in life. You're trying to make them happy. You're trying to basically be their ASMR. You're trying to relax them so they're not so stressed out. So they don't feel alone, they don't feel hopeless, build their confidence and help them deal with things. I mean, technically that's how all relationships should be. Both people should mutually care about one another and be there for each other. But I'm just saying Michio's behavior could be attributed to, one, just, it's normal to try to cheer other people up in a dire situation. But it's also something you do for close friends or for a romantic partner. So, given the circumstances, that is a little bit of a red flag. So, like I said, it does sound like almost the Departed is telling their own plans. So, this is concerning. Hee hee. Michio smiles, her fingers playing with her white hair. I suppose it's because that doll was cursed by the Departed. Previously she said she thought the Departed was that female doll. I guess she still stands by that opinion. Somehow, I can understand how they feel, like when I was possessed by Kashima. The Departed has been longing for an ideal husband, for who knows how long. And then they found you. Michio? I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. Are you saying this as conjecture as what the Departed feels toward me? Or do I need to jump out of the moving vehicle because you're actually a supernatural being? That being said, that actually is a very sweet thing to hear. It's a very nice thing to hear, just not under present circumstances. It's like you come home and you hear welcome home. Like, normally welcome, that's like, that's such a loving, uplifting thing. You come home and you hear, welcome home. And you're like, that inspires visions of, having a loving, caring partner. But, in certain other situations, like, say you come home and you hear, welcome home, honey. But then you remember, I'm not married, and I live alone. Who's here? And at which point that becomes an issue of, I'm in an unsafe situation. But, yeah, like I said, this is a very sweet, endearing thing to say and to hear, but not under the present circumstances. I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. I don't think anyone in modern time even takes vows of any kind seriously, let alone marriage. I think everyone's getting divorced and no one's even getting married in the first place anymore. Heck, my own marriage turned out very poorly. So, but I will say this. While on the one hand I am lonely and I do want somebody to love and care about me and have a relationship, I will say this. I may be lonely right now, but I was never as lonely as I was when I was married. It's better to be alone than to be with somebody who doesn't give a shit about you and just treats you like crap, resents you, basically wishes you were dead, and is verbally and physically abusive, and just, well, psychotic. I mean, granted, yes, I have mental illness too, but my mental illness is I'm depressed and I talk to myself out of loneliness. As well as I constantly sort of have low self-esteem and thoughts about how people have been mean to me in the past. Whereas in that circumstance, the person's mental illness was someone who enjoys being hurtful emotionally to other people. And, well, is ready to try to kill those around them, even their own family. Well, that was depressing. I really should stop taking trips down memory lane. That sucks. I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. Then I want to. Don't turn into a ghost, don't turn into a ghost, don't turn into a ghost. Eat you up. Don't turn into a ghost. Don't become a creepypasta monster. I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. Then I want to eat you up. Just kidding. That is both depressing to the in-game character and to the player. Made jokes about diagenic and non-diagenic music. Now it's like non-diagenic and non-diagenic dread. I mean, honestly, isn't that how most modern relationships work out? Most people can't even find anybody. When you do, well, the person you're with lies to you about everything. They have ulterior motives. They're abusive. They say all manner of horrible things. They're violent. They're manipulative. They even want to try to kill you and the rest of your family. Heck, most marriages, one of the partners is already planning the divorce before they even get married. They're already planning the betrayal. It's like, in one breath they can say they love you, and in the next breath they're planning to literally end your life and put you in the grave. Well, that was depressing. Come on now. Oh, don't be mad, please. I end up getting carried away when I start acting like the departed. How was it? Did I freak you out? Oh, really? You're making me blush. We should be arriving at Konara Academy soon. I open the window and let the cold night air in. I don't think I can bear this indescribable atmosphere. Whoa, why are the lights red? I told you about this, didn't I? Alright, I didn't tell you about this. They've been like this since last night. I think the departed did this. But I could be wrong. I see. Is this their way of trying to charm you? In what way exactly? Let's see. The departed thinks you're their ideal husband, right? Okay, how can you entice someone to be in a relationship with you if they already know that you're planning to betray them? Like, okay, yeah, like, oh. It's like, 1, I'm not attracted to the spider being. 2, and I cannot stress this enough, why, even if it was the most beautiful person in the world, why would I marry the person if I already know that they are planning to kill me? I literally, like, whether it's me wanting to be around somebody, here's the thing, when it comes to relationships, I'll tell you this. A big thing that makes me actually attracted to somebody is them actually being attracted to me, and them actually being, actually considerate to me, them actually being someone I feel safe around, and them feeling safe around me. I'll tell you this, the person not finding me attractive, or finding me disgusting, or feeling scared to be around me, or making me feel scared around them, complete turn off in every way, both physically and emotionally. Like if I'm in a relationship, I want it to be with somebody I actually feel safe with. I want it to be with somebody who feels safe with me. Someone I can trust and someone who trusts me. Someone who would never betray me, someone I wouldn't betray. It's a relationship supposed to be about mutual trust, mutual respect, actually caring about one another. Loyalty, kindness, genuinely caring about the other person's thoughts and feelings, and considering the other person, precious, irreplaceable, not just a meal to be devoured, or a tool or resource to be used and discarded like a piece of garbage. I'm just saying, how could anyone actually have any feelings for somebody if that person has any malevolence toward you at all? Like, I don't care how attractive a woman is, if she's going to be, psychotic, or constantly want to just treat me like I'm garbage, or tell me how worthless I am, or how I should just die, or how my family's basically white trash, then you know what? Then it was still odd. It was weird getting told that a complaint about me is that I have a big dumb Jew nose. Or when the person looks like half my family's black and the person's wound up actually becoming... You'd think I would notice that. You'd think you would notice that the person you're with hates black people. Nope. Apparently that's not a thing you notice. Granted, I'm not black, but half my family is. It's still funny, I'm a white guy raised in a black church. Which, I don't mind that, but it's the fact that the church is a bit overbearing on, like, most of the sermons are like 3 hours long and about the apocalypse. Yay for religious upbringings. I'm just saying this. Okay, it's nice that they're the red color, but you know, could be other things you could do that would be... Then again, don't most insects use various lights and colors to attract mates and stuff? But it's just... Like I said, the most important thing in a relationship is just mutual attraction, mutual respect, mutual consent, mutual safety, mutual just literally caring about the other person. Honestly, I think if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be able to actually, you know, be friends with them. Actually enjoy each other's company. To where, like, you stop somewhere, you see them, that it makes you happy, and you start smiling. And granted, yes, the chemical reactions in the brain will wear off over time in any relationship. But part of actually caring about something is you still care about them, even if those chemical reactions stop. But it definitely helps in the start. After all, I think that helps to inspire humans to actually date. Honestly, if human beings didn't have those chemical reactions to initiate that stuff, I don't think anybody on the planet would actually bother dating at all. But, like I said, one, yeah, obviously sex is very important in a relationship. Otherwise, it's just platonic. Romantic relationship parts is important too. Also, there's very important, in my opinion, to have a sense of touch, even in a non-sexual way. One, yes, you should have hugs and just general platonic, but there also should be a non-sexual, deeper level of platonic attraction. To, like, say if you're in a relationship with somebody, not only should you be having tons of sex all the time and very attracted to each other, but you should also be giving each other tons of hugs and physical and emotional, reassurance. I don't know. The departed thinks you're their ideal husband, right? They do, yeah. This is something I've seen on TV. In Shinto weddings, bonfires and paper lanterns are usually lit at night to illuminate the path of the newlyweds. I figure these lights are their version of that. They're really going all out to perfect every detail of their wedding then. I mean, everything they do is pretty detailed. They issue fancy notices and even blend themselves in with people in the school. But they're having so much fun. I don't doubt that. Among spirits, there are some who feel their greatest pleasure when they're inflicting fear on humans, supposedly an exquisite pleasure that humans cannot comprehend. The departed might be one of those spirits. It doesn't seem to be causing any harm, so we probably shouldn't pay much attention to it. Let's just ignore it for now. I do like her smile, but it's just, given the current circumstances, I am a little bit weirded out. You're a strong one, aren't you? Shall we go to the library then? Why don't you go back to the dorms? It's getting late. I will say this, I've also been told that I'm a bit boring, because I like to sit and read quite a bit. Also, in general, like, if I'm with somebody, if there's anything to really argue about, then obviously there's some major issue. But for the most part, I dislike confrontations, I dislike arguing and yelling. And heck, if I play video games with others, with like friends, I don't yell, I don't scream, because I don't want to make them uncomfortable. But if I'm playing a video game by myself, especially a Let's Play, well, there's nobody else here, I'm not going to make anyone uncomfortable. So I can just let loose, and heck, it's a good way to vent, especially if there's anything frustrating you about real life. It's like, oh yeah, the game's not important, but it's still a good emotional cathartic feeling. that makes you generally feel better emotionally. It's kind of like a lot of times I'll sit or lay in the dark and just listen to nightcore music and cry, because it makes me feel emotionally better. After all, it helps release endorphins and other chemicals in the brain that help to alleviate things like depression. So, main point being is something about video games? I don't know. Oh, library, yeah. I've had people complain that I don't yell at them or call them bad names, or I don't... Because here's the thing, if there's anything bad enough for me to get angry about with somebody... Like, I had to deal with crap when I was married, but that was because, there was a lot of other shit going on, and, at that point I had to basically go to damage control because, well, there was a lot of other stuff going on that was beyond my ability to, have any control over at all. So I was just trying to keep, the world from falling apart. But in most situations, if you're just dating somebody, say if somebody cheats on you or something, okay, what's there to argue about? We're done. I'm not going to try to beg somebody to take me back. I'm not going to try to convince them, oh, no, why? And also, I'm not going to be upset that, oh, okay. I'm just going to be like, yeah, we're done, bye. It's just different when, you're married, you're living together, it's somebody you've been with for years. You have a child who all of a sudden, is going to lose, their parents. I mean... But if it's just somebody you're just dating, no matter how you feel about it, if they cheat on you, then, it's done. Same way if you're having a relationship with somebody and your partner says, hey, you want an open relationship? No, that's it. Your answer to them is, well, feel free to date who you want, because we're done. Same way if the person's being abusive or violent, if you're just dating somebody, you just break up. You're like, yeah, I'm not having an argument with you over this. We're just done. As far as I'm concerned, I just enjoy being, enjoying the other person's company. If the other person suddenly hates me or has some issue with me to where they resent me and decide that, I'm not good enough for them, then fine. If I'm not wanted, then why do I want you here? Why do I want to be around you? I want to be around somebody who values me. If the person doesn't value me, then I don't want to have anything to do with them. It's just like, again, it's different when you're actually, legally married, living together, have a child, because at that point you have to consider, okay, what happens over there? And of course, that's just the way society is with that stuff. It's just... main point I'm trying to say is this. I understand everyone's got different circumstances going on. But one thing I will say to anybody is this. Regardless of gender or orientation, if your partner is physically or verbally abusive to you, or cheating on you, end it immediately. There's nothing to salvage, there's nothing to fix. End the relationship. You should never feel scared of your partner. You should never feel like your partner makes you feel worthless. Like, you should feel safe with your partner. You should feel cherished by your partner and valued. That, they respect you, that they care about you, they like you, that they're proud to be with you. You should never be with somebody who is ashamed to be with you, or hates you, or seems to just find you disgusting all of a sudden. It's a crazy world. Main thing I'm saying is this. If you're in an abusive relationship, verbally or physically, you end it. If your partner cheats on you, you end it. If they bring up that they want to do some sort of open relationship, whatever, bullshit, you end it. If they're suddenly psychotic to the point that they're going to, here's the thing. If you feel scared of your partner, you should end the relationship. If your partner makes you feel worthless, you should end your relationship. You should feel safe with your partner. You should feel valued by your partner. You should feel liked by your partner and loved. Your partner should Like I said, you should. If you feel scared of your partner, if you feel scared of your partner and the relationship. If you feel that your partner makes you feel worthless, end the relationship. Some of the most important things in a relationship is you should feel safe with your partner, and you should feel like they value you. They see you as precious, that they are proud of you. But you guys know what I mean. Getting off on a tangent. In general, I want to try to avoid talking about any of that shit. Boo. Don't wanna. Let me tag along until the end. I'm curious to know where this leads. But, how about I promise I'll go home once we find the old book? Just let me stay until then. What if I don't want to? Then I'll still tag along. Sheesh. I better find that old book as soon as possible, so this curfew-breaking student will head home. The best place to find the book would be the library. By the way, do you have an idle animation? I'll drink some water. I was actually doing that during this week. How are you doing that? My knees would hate that. Seriously, how? How did you do? Like, granted, I haven't. Like, my knees, I think, are getting better since I am not working anymore. Granted, I'll have to go get another job at some point. But I'm really glad I quit that job. It was fucking miserable. I hated every fucking second of it. But I'm just saying, the way I was moving all the time. I was making these weird, unnatural twists with my legs during the manual labor job I was doing. And I was putting way too much torque on my knees. So, the ligaments in my knees were eventually hating me. So, I haven't really been going to the bike channel recently because it's like 13 degrees outside. It's really, really cold. It even snowed a bit. So, yeah, it's too cold. I don't want to get sick. As it was, I got a bit sick. Would say from the 50-degree weather days, but also those back teeth got infected again. So that also probably is not good for my health. Library. I wonder if we are going to get the newspaper reporter person as well as the old guy. This bookshelf is filled with all sorts of encyclopedias and pictorial books. Oh, this is... So the World Beetle Encyclopedia is back, huh? Now you can see as many beautiful beetles as you want. Michio takes out a book with a stern-looking beetle on the cover. Man, I really can't get enough of this. All of them are just so cute. I guess this is how men feel when they look at gravure magazines? I assume that's another word for lewd. But yeah, I haven't seen that word before either. But I assume that's basically saying it's adult magazines. Though I wouldn't say you would really have like, oh, they're cute sort of thing. It's more of a sexual thing there. We're talking cute, like look, imagine like little pictures of bunny rabbits and stuffed animals and kitty cats and puppy dogs. Adorable things. I know. I'm an adult and I still like stuffed animals. I am an adult. And yet I still like stuffed animals and I still like cutesy things. And I like kitty cats and puppy dogs and bunny rabbits. And of course I like the older ones too. I like, old dogs and cats and rabbits. Honestly, if I had the money to do so and if I thought they'd get along, I'd have at least 2 rabbits, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. But I know one of the big reasons I wasn't really getting a pet for a while because I worked so many hours. I was like, even if I had 2 so they could talk to each other while I'm gone, I imagine they'd be so lonely with me being at work all the time. But even then, also, just... I mean, at least not too expensive to take care of it. But of course, I'd want a bunch of kitty cats. It's funny. I'm an introvert, but I also want to be more sociable. But it's just... It's like I do try, it's just... The best way to describe it is this. I do my best to be sociable, but whatever like that battery is for the energy that you do that, it's like it depletes so fast, like it makes me exhausted. In general, I tend to be kind of a sleepy, tired person. I mean, a lot of times I'm like, I just want to get some sleep, I want to take a nap, I want to go for a walk, I want to have some downtime. I want to just like stand in my living room and listen to like corn music and try to learn how to juggle. I have little juggling balls in a book on how to do it. Or just sit and draw or read books or play video games. Or watch some anime. Or just drink some hot cocoa. Watch a thunderstorm. Go for a walk. I'm the kind of person I think it was I went for a 12-mile walk a week ago. Though after that I think I got a little sick and I was limping. So kind of pushed that a little bit too hard. I don't know how to reply to that. Like, you see Elephant Beetle is just adorable. Look at the silhouette in this corner. Did we get a tooth? We should have to show a photo from the book and something falls out. I pick it up, it's an eerie tooth. Why is that here? And it came from an insect encyclopedia of all things. Are they challenging me? Don't ask me. Books about plants are arranged on this shelf. Well, there are some who are interested in plants, but not me. I only see plants as bug food. This is the library's checkout kit. There's nothing particularly unusual about it. I've been checking out books related to insects. I recommend World's Weirdest Insects.
Yoshi.
There's a wooden book storage cabinet with a glass door that seems to store special books that aren't allowed to leave the school premises. Since old books would be considered valuable items, it should be somewhere around here. Michio and I split up to check each book's storage section. Each city local documents and old maps are stored together in the school newspaper folder. I skim the documents hoping to find anything related to the departed, to no avail. I can't seem to find anything that looks like an old book either. Hey, Mr. Yashiki, this book has some information about M-Town. Michio shows me a book called H City's Local History, which was self-published by the previous headmaster. Issued a year ago, this book apparently was only given to family and close relatives. Thinking it might be connected to the case, I write down the bits about M-Town in my notes. Konohara and M-Town. Konohara used to be a small town named M. The area where Konohara Academy currently sits was once M-Town's downtown. M-Town had its own beliefs and customs, though they gradually disappeared following the westernization that occurred during the Meiji period. Furthermore, the plague that occurred at the end of the Meiji era caused a sharp decrease in the population. The survivors all called it the Departed's Wrath, but autopsies determined to actually be cholera. It's still unknown what the Departed refers to, though some speculate it may be tied to to their local folklore. M-Town's religion. 2 earthly deities were enshrined in M-Town. One of them was Mushigami. Details regarding this deity are hazy, as there are not many traces of M-Town's customs, though it does beg the question, did these people really make an insect their god? Mushigami Shrine was said to be located. Okay, so the Mushigami it reminds me of the Sushigumo, the spider nightmare lord deity being from the Raging Loop visual novel. I still say Raging Loop is the best visual novel ever made. I would tie second place with AI The Somnium Files and Song of Memory. Was said to be located in the vicinity of the Konohara Academy's old building. So the shrine was actually in the old building. Wow. Because the shrine was already half ruined when the school was founded, they demolished it to build the old building. When the first headmaster, Genzo Kanoe, had the shrine demolished, he tried to placate Mushigami and the souls of those who died of the plague. This is how the shrine and the connecting corridor came to be. Both teachers and students might have called it the Kokuri Shrine, but that's actually incorrect. It was simply named after the guardian fox of the Mushigami Shrine, which is now standing in the courtyard. Lord Mushigami, huh? What a beautiful name. I want to know their connection to the departed. How should I put this? There are many scary stories where gods punish humans for destroying their shrines. The departed's wrath began before the shrine was destroyed, though. True, but I don't think those things are completely unrelated, because those who know about the wrath died one after another. You see the picture of the talisman over there? I think they had good taste for choosing centipedes. Don't you think so, too? Is the theme Scalopendra subspinipsis? Michio points at a photo on the edge of a page of a local history. It's an old talisman with a centipede drawn on it. Looking at the details, this talisman was made at the Mushigami Shrine. Apparently the previous headmaster got his hands on it. In M-Town, people believed they could escape danger by putting this talisman on the front of their houses. Why do I feel like I've seen this talisman somewhere before? It's all over that Kurokori Shrine. Now, where was it? Ah, that's right, the shrine on the second floor. There are talismans hanging there, but all we found inside the shrine was the petri dish. There wasn't any information related to M-Town. According to the book, that shrine was built to replace M-Town's Mushigami Shrine. So what are the disaster prevention talismans doing hanging in a shrine that's been around for so long? Were they afraid of the Mr. Kokuri rumors or something? I just remembered. I saw that talisman before. Michio, who is peering at the book beside me, speaks up. The shrine in the connecting corridor, right? To my surprise, she shook her head in disagreement. Where did you see it then? Over there. I was completely confused at the time, but I saw that talisman with my own eyes. A place where she was completely confused. Don't tell me she saw the talisman at the clock tower? Exactly. When both Hime and I were on the ground, I saw that talisman. Why don't we go inspect the clock tower? It's locked, though. It was open that time, no? I mean, it's already nighttime, so who knows? Maybe it's open again. This feels kind of like I'm like, hey, it's like, Yashiko, Do you want to step on that bear trap? It looks cool. There's a Hershey bar there, and some Pizza Hut, and a Pepsi. I still want Pizza Hut. I still want to drink that damn Pepsi. And the funny thing is, when I stop drinking Pepsi, I have like half a 12-pack of Pepsi in the fridge. It's just been sitting there. But I'm not drinking it. I mean, it's already nighttime, so who knows? Maybe it'll open again. It might be indeed. It doesn't make any logical sense, but I'm still willing to believe in that slim chance. Let's go to the clock tower. I should save. Talk. I don't have good memories of the clock tower. Please help me if I run into some kind of big trouble again, Mr. Yashiki. Okay. Let me double check OBS. An hour and a half. I should end the video, but okay, I'm double check OBS again. Ba. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hello? Hello? Oh, what's up, Hime? I'm helping Mr. Yashiki right now. We're gonna go check the clock tower. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Mr. Yashiki is here with me, so we'll be fine even if the departed shows up. Don't be mad, Hime. I promise I'll be home in 30 minutes. Cover for me in the meantime. Phew, Hime is mad. I mean, she's always kind of irritated by my actions, but she doesn't usually scold me. She's worried about you. I guess so, but I bet she's also worried about you too. She likes you, you know? Enough with the nonsense, please. No, I have proof, alright. Hime's always been well behaved, but she's totally ignored all Miss Sakamoto's warnings. Isn't that just because there's ghosts and stuff? And and also an issue of pride, like you'd feel ashamed if you didn't face the ghosts. You know why? Because she's really giving her all for you. You think so? Absolutely. Please treat her well. Okay. Back to dealing with supernatural gods that want to kill me. Should have checked how many of their teeth there are in this chapter when I was in the infirmary. Also, is this the final chapter? I feel like we're very final chaptery right now. Once again, I arrive at this place. I recall the story I heard from Doryu this evening. During summer break, Doryu and Michio discovered the doll, and the first headmaster put in here. Is it here? So I asked, swallowing down my saliva. My mind is screaming that I am in grave danger. Because we are. And should not take one step closer. The bell again. Michio doesn't seem to hear it. I really am the only one who can hear it. The bell stops ringing. What's wrong? Nothing. Let's go. Well, door's open. It's open. How? This is our chance. Let's use this chance to solve the mystery of the clock tower. Yeah, sure. Well... Okay... I step into the clock tower. The unpleasant smell of dampness and mold hits my nostrils immediately. Wait outside, Michio. I'm coming with you. I'm not scared at all. No, I want you to keep an eye on the door. If I get locked in up here, things will get really bad. Oh, okay. I'll keep the exit safe for you. Be careful. Okay. Michio leaves the clock tower. An old Western-style cabinet with several talismans pasted on it. What do you know? Michio was telling the truth. Let's take a closer look. Inspect. There's a drawing of a centipede on the talisman, just like the photo from the book. These talismans seem to be sealing something sinister inside. However, a plank is preventing me from opening the door. I need to get rid of it first. Do I? Do I, though? A mannequin without limbs. Has it always been clothed? It was actually probably what the red wedding dress was on before it was put on the doll.
Yoshi.
A dusty stone floor. Now I look closely, I can see something resembling a tooth stuck in the gutter. Inspect. My finger should be able to fit in it. Should I pick it out? Yes. I wedge my finger in and try to fish the item out. However, the tooth doesn't budge at all. I should be able to get it if I widen the gap a little. If I wedge the gap open with something hard, then... Well, I don't think I have anything. Fuck! Well, this is concerning. Who was that? I blurt out the question. But there's no reply. The silent darkness is the only thing accompanying me in here. There's a large wooden box against the wall. I peer inside to find a crowbar and a wrench. I can use these to get rid of the plank. Hang on. I notice something and look around the room. I don't see any more stairs to climb. This is the top floor. But there's no altar anywhere. The female doll was placed in an altar, but that was like 100 years ago, right? So that's probably gotten moved. The altar probably... I don't know if they trashed the altar, or maybe they moved the altar to another building. That's what Dorio told me. The same story was in the school newspaper. So why isn't there an altar anywhere near? I mean, unless it's somehow still further up, or in a basement. Son of a bitch. Well, there are concerns here. Despite my pleading yells, we got no entity to stop their oral torture. The voice continues on. It feels like there are insects crawling inside my head as it drones on and on. Kill, you said. What? What do you want me to kill? Take aim, swing down. Gaps wide and the tooth is free. Pick it up, it's the eerie tooth. Hey, yes, I need a level up. Well, concerns. For some reason the door refuses to open. Okay. Okay. Use the crowbar to remove the planks before getting rid of the talismans. Then I open the door, and there's an old book inside. M-Town's private records. Is written on the cover. Is this the old book we're searching for? Obtained old book. This is written in a peculiar ancient script. It'll take me some time to decipher the content. Shit, my headache is getting worse. And I have to read this. This must be where the departed secret. What is happening? Suddenly the letters turned red. Well, fuck. I needed to read that. Red, bright red. I can't read the book like this. Tell me what's written here. Did I die? I went down to 1 HP. Do you want me to kill someone that badly? But who? Dear husband. Oh, fuck. This is... Are you, the departed, did you eat kokery? This is neither a dream nor a hallucination. The departed really has dreams form. Dear husband. What are you going to do this time? Where is Michio, by the way? Son of a bitch! Thank you for the food. Don't tell me you ate Michio? Kill who? You've killed so many people already. What the hell do you want me to kill? The departed is clearly a monster. I don't really want to get too close to it. But what should I do? Obviously they want me to be like very on edge about this, but I don't think you needed to give me 1 HP to do that. It's overkill. Okay, let's give this a shot. I try throwing the wrench at the departed. Yay! How do you like that? The wrench hit the departed. Something about the departed's scream earlier seems strange to me. Looks like the attack is working. I want to believe that I made the right choice. Dear husband. The fact that the letters are slowly going across makes me feel like it's being said in more of a drawl. Like, dear husband. Well, there are multiple concerns to be had. Dear husband. kill. Did they just say kill? They keep whispering the same word over and over. Are they telling me to kill the departed? Or what? Does the departed want me to kill them? Oh, good thing everything costs 0 points, because otherwise I couldn't do anything. Okay, let's give this a shot. Trying to think about the situation, I can't forget the departed if they killed Michio. I try to swing the crowbar at the departed. And... fucking son of a bitch! Well, I'm dead. But I'm not at best right now. When I attempt to swing, I lose balance and fall over. Well, I'm dead. I said 1 fucking HP. Or not. Oh, okay. And we try again. 96% chance. Okay. Yay. You want me to kill? My crowbar violently strikes the departed. How's that? That's what you want, right? The departed sounds satisfied. That should be the right choice. If you wish to be killed, I'll put an end to this. I slam the crowbar into the departed. Please. Please tell me I'm not hallucinating. Please tell me I'm not beating Michio to death. Please tell me I'm not being made to think that Michio is the departed. And I am currently beating Kinakawa to death. Please tell me that's not the case. Please tell me I am not beating Kinakawa to death. It hurts. Why? Shut the fuck up. I swing the crowbar with reckless abandon. Die. Die, die. Die, die, die. Fuck. Ah, crap. Die, die, die. Something I saved before coming here. It's Michio. Fuck. 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 Fuck, 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 fuck. Why? Why is she? Son of a bitch! On the floor. Bugs. There's a large swarm of bugs. The bloody body is covered in bugs. You heard my wish, dear husband. You killed she who was close to you. Thank you, dear husband. Don't tell me. I was controlled by the departed. Then yelling Oz. I'm glad that was voice acted because I don't think I could have done that very well. I flee from the clock tower. I roam about aimlessly with the crowbar in hand. I was being controlled and attacked the spirit in front of me. But it wasn't a spirit, it was Michio, even though my eyes saw the departed. Mr. Yashiki? What's going on? What are you doing with that bloody crowbar? Doryu, why? Why are you here? I was worried since Michio hasn't come home yet. Where is she? What happened, Mr. Yashiki? At the clock tower, I was controlled by the party. I attacked her with this crowbar. Huh? No way. I'm gonna go check. Doryu rushes over to the clock tower, even knowing the departed might still be in there. I can't stop her from rushing inside. She returns after a while. She looks as emotionless as a wax statue, but her eyes are red and swollen. I saw her. She just stares at me, shell-shocked. She doesn't even cry or lash out at me. Her mind can't even process what she should do. Mr. Yashiki, what are you going to do now? Yeah, I don't think an ambulance can fix this. I don't think they'll believe you if you tell them you're being controlled by the departed. They'll arrest you, and if that happens, you won't be able to pursue the departed anymore. No, it's too late. She's not breathing, she has no pulse. Call the headmaster. I understand why you'd want to contact the headmaster, but given the situation, I don't know if he'd be willing to help you. Doryu? What do you want me to do? Huh? Can I ask you to decide for me, please? It's a cowardly move, I know. But I also fear my own judgment. What if I'm still under the departed's control? And Mr. Yashiki? Got it. After a long silence, Doryu nods her head. She opens her mouth again, right after. Follow me, Mr. Yashiki. Once Doryu is settled on a course of action, she quickly regains her composure. I'm still stunned, but she immediately grabs my hand and drags me out of the Konohara Academy. Can you drive? Yeah. We better head to your home first and come up with a plan there. Doryu takes the passenger seat as I drive my car back to Kujo Mansion. During the ride, I tell her about what happened earlier. Even though I struggle to find the words I need to pause several times, Doryu pushes me and I manage to get through my recap. Once we arrive at the mansion, I take off my sweat-soaked shirt and take a hot shower. Or in Doryu's words, I warm my body up and calm my mind down. Her firm attitude and language remind me of my late sister. My sister often tried to whip me into shape and scolded me for being lazy. I put on a new shirt and slacks. I may have washed off the blood, but there's no way to cleanse the bloody truth. I'm coming in. Yeah. You look much better now. Yeah. Thanks to your help. Oh, please. Why are you helping me? I was being controlled. But it doesn't change the fact that I killed. Can you please stop? I know you didn't do it of your own will. Weren't you fighting the departed? That's what I thought. But it turned out it wasn't the departed. Mr. Yashiki? If you truly care for Michio, then please avenge her. That's what I wish, and I'm sure Miho would feel the same. I want to do that, but there's a corpse in the clock tower. If someone discovers it, then It'll be fine. It's on school grounds, and if the departed is involved, her corpse should disappear. She might be right. The departed probably doesn't want me to to be arrested and barred from the school grounds. They're as cunning as a human. Everything that's happened so far is probably all part of their master plan. As long as both of us keep this quiet, you won't be suspected of murder. So you're saying you want us to continue the investigation while keeping Michio's death a secret? Exactly. I'll never forgive you if you say that you want to run from the departed now. Dorio levels a determined gaze at me. I can see black flames burning in her eyes. She's really pissed off at the departed. Maybe granting the wishes of the girl whose best friend I accidentally killed is the best way for me to atone for my actions. I'm begging you, please hunt down the departed. I have multiple options here. Nod. Thank you. Let me help you out. Please avenge Michio. Dorio falls into my arms. Crying noises, Michio. Why? Dorio sobs deeply into my chest. This must have broken her. A girl who lost her best friend now feels like she's been left all alone in this world. This wound will never heal. If there's one reason I'm still on Earth, it must be that I'm intended to bring an end to this cursed case and bring her some relief. Okay. Please don't save over. Hello? Did I fall asleep at my desk? Huh, the song is... Good morning. Morning? Did I pass out? Did you get some good sleep? Am I sleeping in my desk chair? No, I was just spacing out. I couldn't sleep at all. I'd actually be more surprised if you could, given what happened. I know, right? Oh yeah, are you hungry? I made a light breakfast using the stuff I found in your kitchen. Sorry for not asking you first. Okay, I will eat the food. Thank you. Thanks, Dorio. I'll eat it. No problem. Sorry that this is all I can do. But at least I can help in a small way. I eat brunch together with Dorio. I've been in very bad shape due to a combination of lack of sleep and fatigue. Even chewing this food is a chore for me. But I managed for Dorio. And lastly, I forced myself to gulp down some coffee. Dorio stayed in the guest room last night. We live in a damn mansion, man. There's plenty of rooms. I figured things would turn out bad if she wasn't at her dorm in the morning when I asked her about it. She said she'd already received permission to stay out by lying that one of her relatives had collapsed. It's a lie that only someone who had the trust of the dorm manager would be able to get away with. By the way, yesterday you found an old book in the clock tower. What happened to that book? Oh. I picked up the old book that's been sitting on my desk. It's just an ordinary book, written in ordinary black letters. There's no sign of the word kill in bright red text like I saw yesterday. Must have been another one of Departed's illusions just for me. Can you read it? I can skim through it, but it'll be hard for me to fully understand without time to research. But it's related to the Departed, so we've got no choice but to read it, right? Shall we try our best to decipher it? My grades in classic literature are pretty good. I'm confident I can be of some help. Let's give it a shot then. Dorio and I put our heads together and try to make some sense out of the old book. However, my addled and wearied mind is unable to focus and I don't feel like I'm making much progress. I bet Dorio is feeling the same. She's almost dozes off in her seat. Despite our less than stellar efforts, we managed to learn some new things. In the past, M-Town apparently used to worship two gods. The first one was Lord Moshigami, who is mentioned in local lore, and the other is Lord Kabigami. Furthermore, M-Town had a special wedding ceremony tied to those two gods. And the name of that ceremony was the Departed's Marriage. Chapter 7.
7章死人の嫁入り
I would assume this is the final chapter of the game. I look at the clock and realize it's already evening. Out of the blue, my phone rings. Pangs of guilt hit me, and I hesitate to pick up the phone. Maybe it's the police, who knows? Maybe Michio's body was found and the cops received a report? Someone might have seen us together when we were headed to in-town shop. Are you not going to pick it up? No, I will. I have no choice but to face the music. Hello? It's me, Kanoe. Come to the school immediately. I will brook no disagreement. That's an order from your climate. Kanoe's strong words are matched by an unusually strong, assertive tone of voice. Sure thing. That's quite sudden, though. Can you at least tell me what's so important? I believe you must already have an idea. It's about Kinukawa. I can feel my heart pounding loudly. Kinukawa? I'd like to hear the details directly from you. I'll be waiting here. Make it quick. Mr. Yashi, you look really pale. The headmaster wants to talk about Michio with me. What? You're kidding. But how? Her corpse should have disappeared. I'll be going to Konohara Academy. Then I will also. You stay here, Doryu. The situation will only get worse if you show up at school when you're supposed to be staying at ill relatives' place day and at my side, coming directly from my home. Understood. Be very careful, Mr. Yashiki. Just don't open the coffin with the cursed doll. Or any of the other 200,000 cursed items I have. I drag my exhausted body to the garage. Shit. What should I do? Maybe I fooled Doryu, but the moment Mr. Kanoe said the name Kinukawa, my body's been trembling. Calm your ass down, Kazuo Yashiki. You don't know what's going to happen. Keep your head in the game. I slide in the car and take another deep breath, and then I slowly turn the ignition key. The chime rings when I arrive at Konohara Academy. It seems like I've arrived just as class ended. The school looks the same as always, with no cops or media in sight, which means her corpse hasn't been found yet. Why does Mr. Kanoe want to talk to me about Michio, then? Startly face. What was that? With classes having just ended, students begin to exit the new building. However, everyone looks exhausted. I don't feel any of the usual joy that you'd expect from students at the end of the school day. But more disturbing than that... What? Strange-looking apparitions are roaming around the school. Is that why everyone feels heavy and their heads hurting? But... Okay... This is... Okay. Nobody has noticed their presence, though. I doubt they can even see them. The number of apparitions I can count is roughly equal to the number of students. It's not just one or two. And the apparitions all look the same, like a spirit with a giant insectoid legs and a human face. The spirits are simply clinging to the students without doing anything. Though I have a feeling they must be the reason the students look so pale and lethargic. I can understand that they are being possessed by these spirits. But why is it happening now, all of a sudden? I have a question. If you have the ability to see these things, you have one on you, would you be able to see it in the mirror? Somehow I managed to restrain myself from making any surprised noises. Attracting attention here will only make me look suspicious. First of all, I need to get an idea of what the situation is. Okay, we're in the infirmary. What in the world? All the students and teachers I passed on my way to the infirmary. Every single one of them had a spirit clinging to their back. Wait, is it the same for me, too? Okay, so I walk toward the wash basin in the corner of the infirmary. And when I look into the mirror, there are no spirits clinging to my back. I don't know. Do mirrors work that way? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. Is this also the departed's doing? What should I do? My mind becomes a swirling miasma of confused thoughts and muddled emotions. Even if I were to try to explain the situation to them, I'm the only one who can see these spirits, so nobody would ever believe me. Shit. This is bad. I'm completely out of ideas. But staying here is pointless. I should make a move. Mr. Konoe is waiting for me in the faculty room. May as well get this over with. Talk to myself. There's no one in the infirmary. Trade. For sacred objects. Ensure she touches lips so I can put things whenever I need. Check. Okay, there are 8 I can find. This is probably the final chapter. Quit. Save. Now, I am not ending the video. I want to see something. Is it possible to save Kinukawa? That's what I want to know. Yep, she is currently alive. She probably immediately left. Ooh, Hime is mad. Yeah, that face understands. Okay, well.
Yoshi. ここよし
Level up! Blackened wrench. Threaten to throw.
これでどうだ
I try throwing the wrench near the departed's feet. Come on! Instead, I just drop the wrench right at my feet. The departed is clearly a monster. I don't really want to get close to it. What should I do? Threaten to throw.
これでどうだ
Come on. %. Let me guess. It's rigged to where it's an automatic failure no matter what I do. So, no matter, even if it's 99%, I can't succeed, can I? Oh! Okay. Did I manage to intimidate them? The wrench hit the departed's feet instead of hitting the floor near their feet. Something about the departed's scream earlier seems strange to me. It looks like the attack is working. I want to believe I made the right choice. Dear husband, defensive stance.
やってみるか
This just doesn't feel right. For now, I should. I try defending myself with the crowbar. Yay! I strengthen my defense as I watch the departed wearily. But then the departed moans, and they sound rather mournful. Why would they do that? Are things not going as they expected? Did I make the right choice? What are you gonna do to me, you bastard? That eerie voice has sent the world careening on its side. I'm so dizzy I can't even tell if I'm standing. So do I just die? Ugh, my head is killing me. Darkness shrouds my vision. All I can hear are the departed's murmurs. If you want me to kill so badly, I feel this indescribable, overwhelming urge to kill. My consciousness is fading. And why? Why is she? Oh, come on! But I chose all defensive things. I didn't actually attack anybody. Well, at least we'll hear the alternate things. What if I don't say anything? Please tell me what happened. What if I just keep remaining silent? 27 attempts later. Okay. Turn myself in. You did kill someone, but how would you ever explain it to the cops? There isn't a corpse, how are they going to do anything about it? Dory makes a good point. In that case, the best thing to do is... let me help you out. Okay. So, no matter what I do, the future refuses to change. Damn it.
終わりにするか。
Then again, maybe if I'd continued that path, maybe there was some way she was somehow alive. I know I'm going to want to eventually search on Google. Is there a way to not kill her? Because, you know, it's disappointing. Load game. Talk to myself. Exit. Fuck. I was hoping there was like is there a way to actually... faculty. I'd hoped there was a way I could save her. When I entered the faculty room, Mr. Kanoe is already there with an exhausted look on his face. There's a spirit clinging to his back, though he doesn't seem to notice it either. You finally arrived. Well, this is more Concernicus. Let's get on already. My body's feeling more leaden than it was yesterday. I do recall that he mentioned feeling worn down yesterday as well. This fatigue is being caused by the vengeful spirits. That means he may have already been possessed back then. Does the fact that I can see the spirits mean that the departed is getting even stronger? What's wrong? You seem like you're not quite looking at me. No, nothing. There are things he's better off not knowing. I'll just keep quiet and not alarm him any more than I need to. So what's this about at Kinukawa? Oh right, she left the dorm yesterday and hasn't returned. Do you happen to know anything about that? Don't know. Well, I've got no idea what happened to her. After the promise I made with Doryu, this is the only way I can possibly respond. Alright, just remember, if you cause some sort of incident, it will reflect poorly upon me as well, since I'm the one who hired you. But this is a matter of the student's safety. We're talking about it here. You're hiding something from me, I won't forgive you. Okay. Should I be honest with him since it involves Michio's safety? Even if I was, though, it's already too late. Telling him won't help anyone's safety. If you truly don't know anything about it, then we'll handle it from here. I suppose we should contact her family. These types of situations are frankly a struggle with Sakamoto. Without Sakamoto, is Sakamoto gone, or is she on your back? Then again, she said she was tired too. I don't know. Is Miss Sakamoto not here today? Yes, and she didn't even call in. It's very unlike her. Is she dead? I wouldn't say anything if she weren't just feeling well. Everyone falls ill sometimes, but her absence has been troubling me since I found this thing on my desk. Here, read it. He hands me 5 sheets of paper bundled together with a paperclip. It looks like a write-up to me? Ugh. As soon as I read the first page, I groaned. This is basically a formalized complaint against Kazu Yasushiki, the temporary teacher. The paper is a laundry list of reasons why I'm unfit to be a teacher at the Hollywood Institution. And to no one's surprise, my unnatural close relationship with 2 members of the student council's primary concern. Who cares about all that? Read the last page. What's this now? The 5th page is different from the others? The other pages were written with a stern, diligent hand, but this page is inked with sloppy, disconcerting handwriting? The voice keeps ringing in my mind. They keep calling and calling, they don't stop. I will soon die, die, die. There is only one way to save my life. Go to the small room, deep in the darkness. Goodness at long last. Fox, Mushigami, Kabi, Gami. Okay. That's concerning. What the hell is this? Mushigami Kabigami. It's the name of the 2 gods mentioned in the old M-Town books. This can't be a coincidence. How could Sakamoto have written this? A voice echoing in their head, guiding them a step closer to death. It reminds me of something. That's right, Izumi said something similar before he died. But it's too late now. I messed up. The departed hates me. I keep hearing a voice say die, die, die in my head. I've got no fucking time left. I don't want to die. I'll definitely kill Hanako at the music room. Perhaps Sakamoto is also being targeted by the departed. But why would Sakamoto? Why, you're asking? Don't you even realize it? You keep asking why. Why, always why? Are you angry? What? I am so confused! Isn't it your entire job to investigate that? I'm gonna cut you some slack given you got a chip on your shoulder. It's because of your slowness and incompetence that we have these mounting casualties. Mr. Konoe raises his voice and glowers at me. Such a normally mild-mannered person lashing out that much. Is this because of the curse? Or is he just that stressed? Or both? People's lives are at stake here. We've had students perish already. Don't use your unprofessionalism as an excuse. Results are all that matter. It's entirely your fault these things have turned out this way. Have I made myself clear, Yashiki? Right, I'm stunned, speechless myself. Mr. Konoe lets out a sigh and his shoulders droop. My grandfather founded the school. I must protect it. I've been working so hard to do that, my heart feels like it's breaking now. Mr. Konoe, the only thing that I desire now is your report telling me that the case has been resolved. I don't want to fritter away any more time having this conversation. You are dismissed, Yashiki. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. As much as I want to inspect the clock tower, the door is locked in the evening. I'll wait in the infirmary until the sun sets. There's no one here. There's no one here. There's no one here. Better stay in the infirmary until night falls and go to the clock tower then. I go back to the infirmary and wait until nightfall. It's time to head out. Will the door to the clock tower be open? A knock. Who's here at this hour? And you also have the thing on you. Fuck. Mr. Yashiki? Doryu enters the room, a spirit clinging to her back. That wasn't there back at Kujo Mansion. Did it appear once she came to Konohara Academy, or is it because of the time? More mysteries are piling up, and none of them are being solved. Why are you here, Doryu? I snuck in since I thought you'd be the only one here at this time. I'm a real delinquent now. Why did you come here? We're going to go to the clock tower, right? I'll tag along. No, I can't leave. I mean, I'm not going to have a repeat of what happened to Michio. I didn't ask for your permission. I'm tagging along whether you like it or not. This incident isn't just about you. It's also affecting me. Doryu? Yeah, that's more true than you know. We're going to the clock tower, right? Yeah, but there's something I need to check first. How are you feeling, Doryu? My body feels somewhat heavy. Maybe it's from lack of sleep? But it's fine, I can go. I'll make sure I won't hold you back. Fine, don't push yourself too hard, though. Let's keep quiet about the vengeful spirit. It's not like we can do anything about it anyway. Okay, well... I need to try to keep the videos a little short. Fuck. Well, hope everyone had a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next part.